Good morning students, how you all? Hope you all are doing well. So we started the lesson, the fundamental unit of life from our science textbook, and we learned so many topics. Today we are going to learn about nucleus. So before learning about the nucleus, I will tell you one interesting fact. So if you take out the DNA from your body and if you stretch along from here from earth to the sun, it will stretch around the sun not one time, 600 times. So today we are going to see what is there inside the nucleus. But before going to the nucleus, let us briefly know what is nucleus. So now to understand the nucleus, we have to perform one activity. So we are going to take the onion peel cells, and to that onion peel cells we have to keep on the slide. After that we have to add safran solution or iodine solution. So depending upon the chemical compositions of the cell, the cell's organelles will be colored, and you have to keep the slide under the microscope. If you observe the slide under the microscope, you are able to see the dense colored substances, dense colored structures that are present in the cell. So the dense part of the cell which appears small, round and spherical in shape, this dense part is called as nucleus. This dense part is called as nucleus. Nucleus. The nucleus has a double layered covering called nuclear membrane. So the dense part that is small, spherical in shape, that appears mostly in the middle of the cells in animals. Animal cells has the nucleus in the middle of the cells. Whereas the plant cells, it is periphery. It lies just towards the boundary. It just lies to the boundaries of the plasma membrane. Okay, so if you observe the dense colored part, it has the double layered membrane surrounding around it. It is called as a nuclear membrane. Why it is termed as nuclear membrane? Since it surrounds the nucleus, it is called as nuclear membrane. And this nuclear membrane is having so many openings on its surface. So that's why it is having the porous nature. Why it is having the porous nature? What happens if it has the porous nature? As we know. So this ports-like structures that is present in the nuclear membrane allows the transfer of materials from cell to the outside. Outside means cytoplasm. So porous nature helps the transfer of materials from inside the nucleus to the cytoplasm. The nucleus contains chromosomes which are visible as rod-shaped structures. So the nucleus contains chromosomes. So this, if you think this is the nucleus, the gel part like substances that is present in the nucleus is called as nucleoplasm. So the fluid like material that is present in the nucleus, it is called as nucleoplasm, and the membrane that is around the nucleus is called as nuclear membrane. So if you see inside the nucleus, there will be a chromosomes which appears as the rod-like structures. So rod-like structures. There are 46 chromosomes, 23 pairs of chromosomes and one haploid, which are responsible for the inheritance characters from parents to the offsprings, next generation. You might be wondering that your grandmother or grandfather keeps on scolding you or keeps on recollecting that your parent used to do like this when he is also small, when she is also small. So why? Because this transfer of materials happens from your parents to you. So in the form of chromosomes. So chromosomes contains a DNA. So DNA is responsible for carrying out that genetic material from your father or mother to you. Chromosomes contains information for inheritance characters from parents to the next generation. So that's why we resembles to our parents in our activities, in our genetic nature also. So what is this DNA? DNA is called as deoxyribonucleic acid. Deoxyribonucleic acid. If you look at the DNA, it is in the spherical spiral in shape, and it has so many gene expressions. So DNA has genes which are responsible for carrying the inheritance characters from parents to the offspring, and it has gene expression. These chromosomes are made up of DNA and proteins. So when we are able to see these chromosomes, when the nucleus about to divide, your chromosomes appears as a shape-like structures. When the cells is not ready to divide, these chromosomes, they appear in chromatin material. This appears in chromatin material. Chromatin material is visible as thread-like structures in the nucleus. So if you observe the chromatin material, this will be in thread-like structures. So nucleus plays an important in cellular reproduction, protein synthesis, growth. So just like our brain, how it controls the body parts, nucleus is the control unit of the cell. So it directs the activities of the cell. It manages, it controls and coordinates the activities that happens in the cell. The functions and the activities are controlled by the nucleus present in the cell. So that's why nucleus is called as control unit of the cell, because it directs the cellular activities and functions of the cell. There is one term that you have to know. What is that means? Nucleoid. Nucleoid is present in bacteria. What is this nucleoid? As we already discussed that nucleus is surrounded by nuclear membrane. In some organisms, there is a poorly defined nuclear region, means not having the nuclear membrane around the nucleus. So those type of organisms are called as prokaryotic organisms. Prokaryotic organisms are having the nucleoid. They are not having the nucleus. Because why they are not having the nucleus means the nucleus is not surrounded by the nuclear membrane. They are having only the nucleic acids. What are the nucleic acids now? DNA and RNA are the two types of nucleic acids. They are having only the nucleic acids which are not surrounded by the nuclear membrane. So they are called as prokaryotic cells, prokaryotic organisms. So what are prokaryotic organisms? Prokaryotic organisms are the organisms which are not having the nuclear membrane, and there is one more type of organisms which have the nuclear membrane around the nucleus. So those organisms are called as eukaryotic organisms. So in some organisms, particularly you take chlorophyll associated bacteria that has to perform the photosynthesis process. These are associated with the membrane vesicles, membranous vesicles, that bag-like structures, but not with the plastids. In my next class, I am going to tell you the difference between the prokaryotic cell organisms and eukaryotic organisms. Till then, you do the given assignment work. Thank you to you all. Have a good day.